want you to do is I'm going to, instead of sit here and tell you, I'm going to show you. And this might have been your PE class when you were in high school, and it may be a reason why you like it or dislike it. So I'm going to show you the example that happens in a lot of phys ed classrooms in middle and high school. So what I want you to do is, as you can see, we're going to play paper football. Okay? Paper football is very simple, and you're going to turn around and you're going to participate with the person that's behind you. And so the first, I want you to practice a little bit, because you've got to practice before you play. But we need to warm up. So what I need you to do is I need everybody to hold their hands up. Alright? I need you to squeeze your fingers. Okay? Wiggle around a little bit. Move your index fingers around. Alright? You got to crack your knuckles. You can crack your knuckles. I just don't admit it. Alright, so now we're all good and loosened up. We did our warm up. And you are now ready, because we don't want to prevent any injuries, right? Workman's comp for paper football would be bad. So you're going to turn around, and what I want you to do for just 30 seconds, do a little skill practice, is I want you to practice moving the football up and down the field first. So you're going to take your 4 fingers, and you're just going to work on pushing the football back and forth with your partner. Okay? So go ahead and do that.
Maybe I apologize.
You're supposed to push back too.
I'm great at paper football.
Scissors out of the way.
I don't get 2 turns to run.
Don't get away till it stops. I'm trying to get the hang over the edge.
Alright, now we're actually going to play the game. And the way to play the game is you can rock, paper, scissors, see who gets the ball first. So go ahead and do that.
Wait, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Alright.
Rock,
Cormac, a gentleman will let the lady go
Dang
first.
it, you go first. Who's got first? Oh, you're doing both. Oh.
Alright, so everybody has... So if you won rock, papers, the ball should be on your side. Okay? So the object of the game is, as you push the football across the table, you want to get it to where an edge is part of the way off of the table. That means you scored, you get 6 points, and you get to kick an extra point. If you're successful, so an extra point, as most of you already knew, you just put your fingers up like that or like that. Kind of put it against your chest, that way it won't fly over. And also watch your eyes. That's a score. Now, if you have 3 attempts where you push the football completely off the table, then your opponent gets to kick a field goal, and that's worth 3 points. Okay, any questions?
What does a defender do?
The defender just watches. Yep, you're at the mercy of the offense.
Okay.
Okay, any questions? Yes,
In
sir.
Philly, we do a kickoff like this.
Okay, we are in Charlotte. The North won everything else, so can we at least have our
We
own
don't do
rules?
kickoffs.
But yeah, you could do that. You're right. So if you want to play Philly rules and get hardcore, but watch out. He's shady.
Bill?
All right.
They play dirty in Philly.
Is spinning allowed, or is it got
Yeah,
4
it's
fingers?
allowed. Spinning is allowed for those that are more advanced. Okay? So, any questions? I'm going to allow you to play for a couple of minutes.
Quit
And if you have any questions,
We hit 3 times.
go.
3 times.
You only hit it once. You only get to hit it once. But if you hit it off 3 times,
Oh, off the head.
Did they get a
then they
3-point?
get
You go 1, 3 times.
a free
I
kick.
hit one.
Which could be.
Could be 3 points.
I
Right.
get a field goal. I want my range.
Every
Do what?
3 times you
Hit
get
once.
one.
Nope.
I don't get a field goal.
Nope.
So now
She
the
gets
first
this.
one goes
It's
in.
Michelle's
You
turn.
hit it back?
Shoot, no, 2 times.
She hit it.
So you alternate turns. You alternate turns.
Okay,
We
start
gotta take
over.
turns.
3
Oh, I thought
times.
you said the other person
Oh.
just sits there.
She
All right,
just
do I
that good.
Yep.
Like
What?
modifications.
I
Can't
can't
field goal
remember.
Look how happy he looks too. Patronic looks so happy.
Impossible.
3 points.
No way, that's what I'm saying. Oh.
He's loving it.
Alright, alright.
Yeah, I can make some. Wait, I'm about to say my point, Mr. Barney. Yeah,
You missed!
I did with this.
Sorry.
Alright, so I need your footballs in here, please. So, Mr. Petronic, your grade was 100. Debbie, your grade was an 80. Zan, your grade was 100. Kate, 100. Jim, 100.
That's not fair.
Danielle, 100. Coach, 100. Nicole, an 80. And sorry, Miss Hamilton, you made a 70. Okay? Now, I'm going to explain your grades now. If you have a Post-it note on, you dressed out for class, and I didn't mark down points. Okay?
You have a Post-it note.
No, I got a post-it.
That's right. She got 100. If you got an 80, that means you lost 20 points because you didn't dress out. And since you didn't dress out and didn't participate, you lost 30 points. But I do appreciate, or 40 points, but you helped me, so I gave you 10 more points back.
I got it.
Okay? Yeah, that's right. Miss Pickard got a 60. Now, Daddy, what did you just say?
That's not fair.
Why is it not fair? You chose not to dress out, right?
I didn't dress out.
Okay, so is what I just did and presented for you indicative of, or your grade indicative of the learning that happens in the class? No. Okay? I didn't give you any standards. I just basically taught you some skills. I let you practice some skills. And then I let you play. And then I graded you on whether you played or not. And I graded you on whether or not you could be responsible enough to bring dress-out clothes.
Obviously.
There's a problem there. And a lot of classes in physical education are that way. And so you see kids, a lot of A's. And administration, hey, if there are no injuries, no parent phone calls, leave them alone. They must know what's going on. It's not an EOC score. It's not indicative of what happens within the classroom or the school. Well, obviously as an advocate for more movement in physical education, fundamentally there's a lot of problem there. I feel like if I'm being observed, I need to make sure that Ms. Pickard knows that there's learning going on in my classroom. And I have to be able to prove that with data. And so I took the problem of the behavioral strategies, which is being able to say, hey, I'm going to dress out, and I'm going to participate, and I'm going to get my A in gym class, right? And so I want to prove that standard-based grading is a more effective form of or measure of competency towards student learning. And so in North Carolina, I hope it's the next one. Okay. I did have GTN training this summer, so all right, next one. I have standards. I have 4 standards that I have to meet, and it's K through 9. And so the first standard was motor skills. I pre-assessed the motor skills. So in this particular instance, I would have given you 5 chances, 10 chances. How many times can you push the football without any teaching? How many times can you push that football to the edge? Record your score. That's my pre-assessment. Okay? And so that's motor skills. I would continue to check up throughout the unit on where you are on pushing that football. And so I do that once a week, once every 2 weeks with the skills that our students have developed. And so that's motor skills. All right? Next one is movement concepts. This is basically understanding rules and strategies of the games that we play. So I would give you a quiz on knowing the rules of paper football. Most people don't do too well. Some people would do really well. I know Mr. Petronic and Mr. McCormick, where their eyes kind of light up when they saw the paper football. They would probably do quite well. That helps me for differentiation as well, because I know who my leaders are go-to. And so that's the movement concept. And again, at the end, I wouldn't necessarily have to have a post-assessment that is with written, pen and paper, or, as y'all know me, a Google form. I would use actual gameplay. Can you apply the rules to the game that we just played? Okay? Do you know them? You know, when Mr. McCormick hits the ball off 3 times, did Ms. South know that she gets the opportunity to kick the field goal? Yes, she does. That would be a part of a rubric score that would allow me to know that she is competent in the movement concepts of paper football. All right, so next standard. So health-related concepts. What did we do at the very beginning?
Warmed up.
We warmed up. Did you know why you warmed up? Okay, that's the only thing I said was to prevent injury. What fitness component does warming up fall under? How does that help you become more thoughtful towards the benefits of exercise and nutrition as you get older? Nothing. Coach comes in, blows his whistle, everybody does a bunch of calisthenics or some type of warm-up, and then they go. So what I've done is I've taken these health-related concepts and I'm teaching kids the structure of a workout, the 5 physical fitness components. We are tracking their progress of measuring that. So we do, if you see us riding bikes, we're working on cardiovascular endurance. If you see us doing pull-ups or push-ups, we're working on muscular strength. And so I'm teaching the kids exactly why we're doing what we're doing. And then the last one, personal social responsibility. Yeah, you could squeeze in participation. You could squeeze in dressing out. I also put in safety, responsibility, leadership skills. There's several other sub-benchmarks that I can use. But you see I have 4 standards. I basically gave you a grade on participation and dressing out to show you that the traditional way of grading doesn't show competency, and it only gives you a small window of what is actually happening in the classroom. And so, David and Jim, they do really well. Grades are great. They have a lot of fun. Somebody else that hasn't played before, they're frustrated. And one of the things that I hope to also prove is that the length of the unit determines competency better than a shorter unit. A lot of units out there are 2 weeks long. I cannot learn a sports skill in 2 weeks. It's like trying to learn a math problem maybe in a day. I don't know how long your units are, but learning the skills needed to become competent, that is our task. That is our strategy. So that is my action research project, and I'm going to be doing that over the next semester. And I've been tinkering with that for a while, and now I actually have an opportunity to put some true data that will go up on home base, which is accessible to everybody. So Ms. Matson is doing ESL, right? Lesson plans. I will have my own wiki space that will have all the information on standard-based grading in physical education. And I even hope to even show that standard-based grading is beneficial for social studies, beneficial for math, science, English, that if we really break these down, and I really want to make a product for teachers that is tangible, user-friendly, to where they can look at it, they can get it, and then they can implement it the next day. So that is the GTN for the state of North Carolina, and thank you for participating in my presentation.